Hey, good morning. It's Donald and Mary, and we're here to bring you a morning weather report from Blairsville, Georgia, mile 31 of the Appalachian Trail. We've got some news today, man. Mary's going to take it away with some weather and water, and after we're going to do some trail chatter report. Go ahead, Mary, take it away.
All right, Donald, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful morning. Right now in Blairsville, it is 41 degrees and clear. We are looking at a high today of 60. It's going to be sunny to partly cloudy, and then tonight 25 and partly cloudy. Winds will be between 10 and 20 miles per hour. Up on Blood Mountain today, we're looking at a high of 52 degrees, falling to 46 later on in the afternoon. It's going to be sunny, so there'll be good chances for a view off of top of Blood, which is fantastic. And then tonight, 22 degrees and mostly clear. Winds will be between 10 and 20 miles per hour, with gusts between 35 and 40 miles per hour. Now, there is a red flag warning today that remains in effect from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. today, and that is due to relative low humidity, which is at 20 to 25%. So this makes it perfect fire weather. There's a lot of dry fuel for the fires and a lot of gusty winds. So when that humidity gets really low, that does put in extra caution on the fires. So just make sure that anybody that's having a campfire, because they are awesome, and I love a good campfire, but let's make sure we extinguish them completely, make sure they're drowned out, covered in rocks if possible. That way, our forests and everything around us remains safe, and everyone remains safe. And just this is for North and Central Georgia, all of the areas, so not just in the mountains, down in town and in the mountains. So a little bit of information there on some low humidity there. Donald, what else would we like to talk about today?
All right, yeah. Yeah, this definitely everyone needs to be mindful of the dry weather right now. Stuff will ignite really fast. So if you're at a fire ring or near one, man, try to get, when you see all those leaves around it, man, try to push all that stuff away, man, so that doesn't catch up while you're looking away or whatever.
That's
right. Doing something else, going to grab some water, like a Gooch Gap shelter, you had to walk down. Well, all shelters pretty much, you got to walk away. Except for that double head. The one that's right. So when you get up, I can't remember where it is, but it's down here in North Carolina. But you walk up the trail, and all of a sudden, right in the middle of it is an old, one of the oldest shelters. It's an old Ed Garvey type shelter, I think they call it, dude. I think it was built in 1936 or something, right?
That's for sure.
But it's right smack dab in the middle of the trail, man. And then there's like a water spring right there, man. It's just, I love that shelter.
I do too. I really enjoyed it. Yep.
But most definitely, guys, just be careful out here, man. Next, I wanted to touch base on the through hike registration. And so we are looking at, let me go ahead and tap this right here. Boom. 1,828 northbounders. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, sweet. What are we up anyways on that?
I'm not sure how much we're up on that one.
But it's definitely popping up fast, man. I mean, just a couple weeks ago when we started to do this, man, we're down in like the 13s or something, man. So we're popping up really, really quick, man. That's half a grand almost. All right, so next, flip-flops, 98, and we've come up 3 since yesterday. Sobos, we're still looking at 4. And this is for the month of March, which it is March 1st. So super exciting. And that's going to lead us to what's happening on March 1st, man. Well, yesterday on February 28th, we had the Amicalola AT Gateway, or as some know it, the ATKO AT Kickoff, man, down at Amicalola. It started yesterday. So I haven't been down yet. We were super busy yesterday.
Well, I was at Amicalola once, so I do have to say, I do have to say that it was starting to fill up with people in the parking area,
vendors?
And you could tell that it was busy.
Was the usual suspects there yet?
I didn't see any usual suspects yet, but it was
but it's only Friday.
In the day when I was there also. Yeah. So, but there was a lot of people there, and of course yesterday was a gorgeous day. So the park will be full. Other places will be full just because people are getting outside and taking advantage. So when I pulled in, there was a sign out there. The AT sign. There was a little like inserted in the ground to show this is the place. So, but I'm sure like next time I get down in there, it's going to be popping off.
Yeah, definitely. Dude. Yeah, we're going to go down today actually. So, but that's super cool, man.
It is cool.
It's here, guys, man. It's that time of year. Anyways, man. So ATKO definitely kicking off our AT Gateways. Amiclola is full throttle right now, man. Head on down, check out the sites. Usual suspects will be there. GATC, all the ATC, and all the people that you see in the rooms and stuff, and your friends and past friends and future friends and friends everywhere, and people are just having a good time here, man. Right. Spectators, hikers, outdoor enthusiasts, like-minded people, tourists. They're all joining together, man. Yeah, it's an exciting time, man. And so next, we also have the March 1st AT kickoff at Neil Gaff at the Mountain Crossing store. And they have, I believe I was talking to Brian yesterday, he said they have several different bands playing this year up there, and of course they have food and stuff, man, and then they have vendors, and there's just a lot of stuff going on up there. And I think I asked him yesterday if our buddy could play, man, Cedar, man. So we have another friend that plays professionally that's up visiting, our friend Cedar, and actually this is CD right here. I call him Cedar the dude, man, but his name's Cedar Anthony, and so you can check him out. Play him sometime, man, when I get some time. Play him. He really plays some good music. So yeah, doesn't he? Yes, he does. We had a good time with him the last couple of days. He's been hanging out with me and when Mary's been around, but Jordan's been missing in action. But we got some news on Jordan. But yes, okay. And so today, March 1st at 11 a.m. Be there, be square.
Just be there.
Yeah, totally. Just be there. And so, all right, next, what do we got going on? I want to talk about the emergency extraction, the hiker that was sick. And so we have been talking to the hikers, and what's going on with that now?
The last contact that I had with his wife, she messaged me and let me know that he was in the hospital getting taken care of, and that he is on the mend and starting to feel better. So he's on the positive, upwards to positive.
And so dude was double hit with like the flu and bronchitis, correct? So he had two things going on, man. He was like, that dude, he might as well toss some coronavirus?
Yes,
coronavirus in there, man, or norovirus.
Well,
norovirus.
Speaking of coronavirus, though, he did take a test for it, and he was negative.
Oh, okay, man. Yes. That's hilarious, man. Not hilarious that he was sick, man, because that's not cool.
He did not have COVID.
Yeah, and so he's doing better too, guys. He's on the positive side of better.
That's right. Yay.
And so, all right. And so, is he at the hospital right now?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. So last contact was yesterday?
Last contact was it was yesterday morning, and he is on the mend and he's doing better.
Sweet. I love hearing that. So that's what we have going on with our Neil Gap extraction, man. They're doing better. All right. Next, Jordan is back for the attack. No, just kidding, guys. But his starter was gone, man. He broke down in Atlanta. He stayed at a friend of ours, her best friend, Nemo, man, Catherine. We met her years ago. We picked her up, gave her a ride, and then she ended up giving me a ride. And then somehow anyway, so she lives in Atlanta now, and Jordan went down to help her out, And so he broke down there while he was helping her, and the starter went in his vehicle. And so he's been down there for a few days, man, assisting her and waiting for his car or Toyota to fix his car. And now he's back. And so, yay, Jordan's back, and the team is back together and ready to tear these mountains out, man. So super exciting. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about shuttles and securing shuttles, man, because once again, I've told people this over and over again, man, like, I don't go in the rooms anymore because it's just too many people talking and not enough businesses actually giving answers that are, that make sense and that work for the rider. And the rider's probably, they don't know where to look. And so what happened is what I see a lot of is someone will ask for a shuttle and you get like 50 people saying, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And then you have a few, whatever's saying, I can do it. And then the next thing you know, man, is this person will, like, I had multiple emails. I had multiple emails with him, and he found another ride. Well, last night, he was on the bus and the ride canceled. And so he had no more ride. And so the first person that's probably going to cancel out, this happens all the time, man. I mean, constantly I hear this. And so those cheaper rides or those type of like, I can do it, man, those are the first people that will cancel out on you because they don't have any obligation. You haven't paid them. They're just doing you a favor. They're also the people that realize after they say that they want to do something and got all the likes and everyone, made them feel good and boosted this guy up and whatever, man. And he got to talk and be the center of attention for a minute, guy, girl, whatever. When the time comes to actually do the work, that is a lot to give, man. I mean, for some people, it can be up to 4 or 5 hours of their day plus $50, $40, man. And, when people start to realize it and start to map it out and realize, man, that's a lot to give. They're the first people to ditch you, man. And it happens all the time. And I see people do it all the time. I've actually had people that say they're longtime shuttle drivers and stuff, man, and they're just like fly-by-nights that sit at their gaps. And, I call, there's a long story on that. I'm not going to get into it, but I actually have people like that call us up and say that, they don't want to pick this person up now because maybe they moved a little bit further north and, they've added an hour to their travel time. So now this person has no ride. And this actually did happen numerous times, but this particular time was kind of interesting because the guy that this person, the shuttle driver, ditched actually was with a group that we were taking care of already, and they were flying in at different times. And somehow he got connected with this fly-by-night. And so our group was all set up, man. And we had brought him into Blairsville to stay at the Seasons for a night. Then we were going to pick him up again and bring him down to the mountain. Well, this guy was flying into Atlanta and wanted a ride from there up to the mountain to meet these guys. Well, they eventually, I think he drove into Blairsville or something, or came closer somehow, man, and was able to meet up with his group. And we still ended up giving the guy a ride, man, no matter what. But I spoke to him for a while because the shuttle driver actually, he was laughing about it. He's like, I just don't want to do it, man. I live up here now. It ain't worth my time. And I was just like, I was completely shocked. And so when I got the dude's number, he's like, I'm going to give him your number and stuff. And I'm like, okay. And I love it when these guys, man, like, they see me acting like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm being polite and stuff. And like later on, they'll be like, well, why are you so polite? And it's like, because I'm a business. I'm being professional. It doesn't mean I necessarily agree with what you're doing, man. I'm just listening, answering you, and then doing what I need to fix the problem of whatever it may be if I can. So, this dude was actually laughing about it, and I didn't find it too funny. I actually spoke to the guy that got ditched for a while, man. Like we talked back and forth, and then we discovered that like he was with the group that we were already taking care of, man. So we ended up taking care of the dude actually for a while. We took care of, because that group was actually like they were not aspiring through hikers. It was a group that was slack packing through the state. We're like picking them up and dropping them off everywhere, man. So yeah, anyways, we became friends with them and stuff, man. But I want to go back to that email that we received last night from this person that got ditched by someone similar to that. I'm not sure exactly what the story is, but I can imagine what it probably happened.
Right.
I can tell you one of the scenarios that probably happened, man, and it's unfortunate. So that is a lesson everyone should know, man. Please secure, and it doesn't have to be us. Just look up your driver, man, or whoever you're dealing with, man. Look them up and make sure that they have a background, man, and it's a good one. Make sure that, I mean, everyone has mistakes and stuff, man, but if you keep seeing the same thing over and over and over again, those aren't mistakes. That's a pattern of bad business practices or bad business ethics.
That's
man.
right.
You know what I mean, man? And they're out here just like everywhere else. Don't relax or put your guard down because you are relaxed out here. Keep your guard up when it comes to real life stuff, because when I tell everyone, man, and when I see a lot of businesses make mistakes out here when they're new, they can't divide themselves from wanting to be the hiker and give and, you know, help out. They can't divide that from what has to happen, actually, because you have a business. And this is how you have to run your business to keep it going so you can continue to help these people over here. It takes money to help over here, man. It's just about that balance of what's right and what's wrong, meaning like, is this like taking advantage of the hiker community, or is this guy doing or woman doing good for the community? Do you see what I'm saying, man? So just be aware of who you're dealing with out here, because there's negative and positive everywhere you go in life. And don't think that this place, just because you're on a magical journey or your experience is like magical and kind of like we get it, dude, because we're those people. And that's why I say it like this. When you get out here, I get that I had that mentality where it's like nothing can harm me here. Everyone is good. Everyone means well. Oh, that guy there, he's just offering us a ride. No big deal. He has good intentions. He's a trail angel. He's she's a. Do you see what I'm saying? Don't be fooled by that stuff, man. Just make sure. And there are trail angels. I'm not saying that. There are people here with the best intentions, but make sure they have a history. Do you see what I'm saying? Don't just pop up and not know that person because they could just seen it online and now they all of a sudden want to be a trail angel. Right. You know what I mean? All of a sudden they want to be a shuttle, or all of a sudden they have a shed that they turned into a bunk room and now they're a hostel. That's all I'm saying, man. That doesn't mean they're bad, doesn't mean they're good. All I'm saying is keep your guard up, man. Don't relax yourself out here when it comes to stuff like that or anything out here, man, because there are also hikers that disguise themselves as hikers to hustle the hikers, and they'll walk back and forth from like Neo Gap to Springer Mountain, hitting all the hiker boxes and making up stories to the hikers and hustling you guys for Snicker bars and stuff, or maybe lowering your food bag down in the middle of the night from the line or the food box. You know, that bear box, everyone puts their stuff in. It doesn't take much for someone to go over there and open up everyone's food bag and start, you know, rifling through it, and no one would even notice because everyone has their guard down. That's all I'm really just trying to say, man, is just protect yourself out here. I just, that stuff happens out here, and I don't think it's talked about enough, honestly.
I don't either. So,
yeah,
you know, we can have a whole discussion.
I think
on
we
some
should.
Of these things that
I
go
think
on.
we really should.
That way people be more informed and
prepared.
Prepared, yes.
When they come out here, because it's just necessary, man. Just be prepared, guys. You know what I mean? That just be prepared for anything out here. Don't just put your guard down.
That's right.
So, yes. And so this guy needed a ride this morning because he got blown off, man. And it's unfortunate. I tried to text him or email him.
Right.
But we'll see what happens. He may not even seen it yet. And probably, and this is what usually happens, is he'll text us in the morning about another hour probably, man, and need that ride. And we're going to go grab him, of course, and get him up the trail, man. And but we're going to be down at Trail Days and up at the crossings. But all right, so that's what I have to say about those type of scenarios, or you know, if just be aware of that stuff, man. So, and we are gonna make a video on it. We're making videos, man. All right, cool. All right, and so next, I think. Oh yeah, that's right. I-40. And so I-40 between Asheville and Newport, Tennessee is now opening. Oh, excuse me, will be open. Oh yeah, it's open today. March 1st. And so I was reading that right here that they're opening up 2 sides. And the 20-mile stretch. On Wednesday, BPR staff participated in a ride through on the newly repaired road organized by North Carolina Department of Transportation. A 20-mile stretch of the road has been closed since Hurricane Helene washed parts of the road into the Pigeon River below in late September. The 2 eastbound lanes of the interstate connecting western North Carolina and Tennessee was severely damaged by the storm. To allow for traffic to flow, drivers will travel on the westbound side in a 1-lane pattern each direction, separated by a concrete curb anchored into the asphalt. An emergency travel lane runs alongside the eastbound lane to allow for first responders to circumvent traffic in case of an emergency. North Carolina Department of Transportation staff construction engineer Nathan Tanner offered advice for travelers on the soon-to-open road. You'd have to account for the delay time in your travel, guys. If you wanted to come through this route, You'd have to account for the delay time in your travel if you wanted to come through this route. So I don't want to discourage people from coming through I-40, he said. Early in the morning, late in the evening, when people are traveling to and from work, or on the weekends, the delay time could be significant. I would say hours instead of minutes. So Tanner said the state still does not have a price tag for making the highway whole again. Reedy said it will be for a while. I guess this was $15 million or something, what they've done so far, or something like that. The 4-mile stretch along Pigeon River required about $15 million and 5 months to repair, guys. And that's not even repaired yet. So
right, this is just open to start moving some traffic through. So what I saw, it was down there further about the total time I think it was to take to reconstruct.
Oh, hold on. Right here. So it says, so Tanner said the state does not have that price tag yet on what it's going to take for the whole entire repair. But what we are looking at for permanent repairs is a 2 to 3 year construction time frame. But in that time frame, we're going to be working towards opening up to more lanes of travel as early as possible, he said. Crews are working hundreds of feet below the road at the river, building retaining walls. Now, standard 18-wheelers are allowed or are permitted on the I-40, but wide loads and stuff, man, absolutely are not.
That's definitely going to put a lift of stress on the commercial vehicles, the big rigs, because, you know, in our travels ever since Helene happened, I have been in many places where I've seen these vehicles turned away. I was going up to a pickup at the Bartram Trail up in North Carolina past War Woman. And when you came to the stop sign, you know, when you go down to the bridge there, I think it's the Russell Bridge for pickup, there was a a big rig. He was turning around because if you were to turn and look at the sign, it said no commercial vehicles. And he was trying to get to Kentucky. So he was having a hard time because if you go the other way, you can't go that way either. So he was turning back to where he came from. And then remember the truck that was coming off of Doublehead Gap Road there, he was stuck right up on the tar because he tried to use that as an alternative. And then, of course, we have between Gatlinburg and Cherokee, the trucks are never allowed up there. And the last time I was up there taking that person to Davenport Gap, we did have to go through the Smokies. And on both sides, law is posted. And just before you get to the ranger station that's out there, where the elk field is, just before there's law posted there. They have a turnaround for the trucks, and they do state, not allowed and fine and everything. And then over on the Gatlinburg, same thing. They've made these turnarounds so that these commercial vehicles that do not belong up there were able to turn and seek alternate routes. So they definitely enforce that on both sides. But we've seen a lot of the truckers ever since then trying to seek alternative routes, and I believe it's been very difficult for them because they're already pressed.
Dude.
They're pressed for time. They have to get their loads where they're going still. So this is really
not
good
just
news
pressed
for them.
for time, man.
That's
they're
right.
gonna have to pay for that extra mileage up and around too, man.
Yeah.
With the everything, they probably get penalized and stuff. I'm sure they probably have it figured out now, man. But I can't imagine what mess it made when this first all went down, man. It was probably a mess, man, trying to get those trucks where they need to go, man. Refrigerated stuff, just everything, man.
And there was another spot because for a while when I was going up through NOC, wherever we were going out there, in Andrews, just before you start the climb, and then on the other side before you were heading towards Fontana, the signs were posted also for no commercial vehicles through that section too. So I did see some going through. I mean, I don't know if they saw the signs or not. You got to get where you're going with your road, but that's just trying to keep everybody safe out there from the highway departments and everybody that's posting.
Nice, dude. Yeah, definitely, dude. Good info, man. Good info. I like it. All right, so that's what we have going on for I-40, guys, man. Is there? I think that's about all.
I think so too.
We have for now, man. Today we're gonna be out and about, man. We're gonna go check out what's up, man. We're gonna go do the rounds, man. Normally this time of year we don't do this, but this year, this is a different year, man. So you guys get to see us out.
It's an awesome year.
It sure is. I like it. All right, kids. So you're good?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, kids, man. One love. If anyone needs anything at all, you give us a call. We're here for you, okay? Peace. Thank you.